Yo, listen, I'm like a young PN News, rocking the mic. I'll leave my rapping at that. I'll save it for an outtake, maybe. But today on the channel, we got the acclaimed Ringside Collectibles AEW Jazzwares 3-pack exclusive.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Jazzwares unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got something extra special, as we got the acclaimed 3-pack Ringside Collectible exclusive. But for all your acclaimed 3-pack needs, of course, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. And the acclaimed coming to us for the first time as an exclusive with Ringside. We do know they will be in this upcoming set, and Billy Gunn will be the Chase Rare Edition, upsetting a lot of people, as we did talk about in the toy news a few weeks back. But if you're wanting the complete acclaimed set in a fancy package, look no further than Ringside Collectibles. And you got to give a shout out to Jazzwares. I know not everybody's enjoying what they're doing with their figures. I get that. You like what you like, you don't what you don't. However, I would say they are the best currently at exclusives. Their Ringside exclusive packaging is always next level, always top notch. No different right here than this acclaimed 3-pack. Fabulous packaging design on these. Absolutely do love this one here. But of course, we are going to do this review like we do all of the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what the acclaimed is up to here today. But very, very cool packaging design here. Little boombox action here. It does say 13 pieces. Acclaimed All Elite Wrestling. Little chain gang going on right there. Put this up here. You got the wraps going on. Like a young PN News, as I referenced earlier. That's the first rapper I ever really fell in love with PN News. But the acclaimed rocking the mic every Wednesday, Saturday, Fridays. You never know what day they're going to be out there. But the acclaimed doing big things. Really taking off the last year plus. Billy Gunn, a member there, giving them a little bit more credibility, of course, which I don't even know if they need that anymore. They've really taken off. Currently the 6-man champs in AEW. We'll see what their future goes, but it looks pretty bright at this point from where I sit, as you guys know, right here at this table. But beautiful packaging on the front right there. You got the acclaimed on the side. Not a fan of this at all. 139. This doesn't make sense if you're putting these guys on display together. It's so weird with the regular packaging, but we're beyond that now. We're beyond that, but 139 the packaging on this one. Acclaimed on the side right there. A little light, or a little window to let the light in there. Jibber jabber on the bottom, of course, but then on the back, we're going to scissor all day long. The scissor team is there, and I've got some pretty important scissors right here, and I don't know, is it a coincidence or not that these scissors are pink? Had these scissors for like 20 years. It's time to replace them. I'm just not sure if I can let go of those scissors. I know Todd McFarlane on the couch, he loves those scissors, that's for sure. But looking good back here as far as glamour shot goes. But then on the front, we get the power of Velcro. It's all about magnets and Velcro at the end of the day. And we do get that. You get the little airbrush down here, acclaimed, looking good. And then look at that. We got the whole bubble window there. Perfect if you're an autograph guy or gal, especially the gals out there. If you like a good autograph, you can get an autograph of all three of them on the front. Looking really good here. You got Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Billy Gunn. You got some scissors, AEW, kind of looking like a jukebox there. Looking very cool. A very cool packaging design. As of right now, I am 100% complete on mint on card and loose of all the Ringside Collectible exclusives. That's kind of where I'm at in my collection, so I need to pick up another one of these to keep mint on card. We'll look at that in the future. Nice yellow background, looking good, but we're off to the skyhook off to the side. Oh my gosh, watch out like a young Jabbar. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But there they are in the plastic prison, looking good and got some weight to these figures. A little hefty right here. That's Billy Gunn. He's a whole lot of man, old Billy Gunn there. Never forget the time Billy Gunn tried to steal my wife from out underneath me. I guess we were dating at the time, only like 6 months into the relationship. But Billy Gunn, he tried his hardest, tried to get Angie, my wife, friend of the channel, of course, to giddy up and go. And she luckily said, no thanks, I'm with this guy. And Billy Gunn shook my hand and said I was a very lucky man, is what he told me. I said, okay, that's really weird. Then I found out why a little later. But she turned down Billy Gunn's advances. I need to find that 8x10, or not an 8x10, but they took a picture together. I need to find that picture. Maybe I will one of these days. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to take this offline. I'm going to get these guys all out of the package, and we'll be back talking all things acclaimed. Let's dive into the Acclaimed. It's scissor time, I guess, and I'll use these scissors. Billy's going to come in hot, and I'm going to give him one of these, but maybe not. But we're going to start it off, and I guess we'll start with Anthony Bowens. Why not? We'll go Bowens first is the way we're going to go right here. Looking interesting. Now, we do get accessories here. That's where we're going to start. We do get a microphone. Makes all the sense in the world for the Acclaimed. Got to have their microphones. AEW mic. Seen it a million times before. Going to see it a million times again. So that's old hat at this point. But we do got a scissor hand, so he's got 2 scissor hands here. He can scissor all day long. He can poke you in the eyes, Three Stooges styles. Choose your own adventure right here. And then we do got a mic holding hand. I guess that does work. To me, I would have liked to seen only 1 scissor hand, 1 mic, and then 1 fist. That's what I would have done personally. But people like to double scissor, and I guess it's a trio, so you got to do one of those kind of things. So I get it. Beggars can't be choosers is what we'll say right there. We do get 2 head sculpts going on. Right out of the package, we got the more normal stoic looking one. And it looks like he's got a little side eye, a little McFarlane side eye, dare I say. Looking kind of off to the side. That could just be paint in mine, or maybe they're all that way, but he just got a little side eye going on there. I would say his face might be just a hair off on mine because it looks like his goatee is a little off as well. Just a hair if you really look at it. But it looks like that's probably why I got the side eye, why I got the hair off to the side. So your mileage may vary on that one there. He's got the black hair across. Then, of course, like any human being, he's got a mouth, a nose, 2 eyes, 2 ears. Playing all those human hits right there. Now, the second head, same kind of thing going on. But he's got the more was up going on here. He's got his tongue sticking out, and it makes a lot of sense because when it's scissor time, the tongue comes out all the time. But besides that, pretty much the same figure. But once again, side eye going on, but the side eye is going the other way this time. So maybe he's supposed to have side eye. You guys chime in the comments down below. If both years have side eye going on, or did I just get fortunate and lucky? I don't know. But it is Bowens at the end of the day. I think I would know who this is. It's not 100%. Close enough to be dangerous is what we'll call this one here. So I think it does work. But now we got old Bowens himself looking interesting. I do like the white and pink attack going on here. We don't see a lot of pink ever since the Heart Foundation called it quits. So mixing a little pink in here makes them stand out, makes them look a little bit different, and he definitely does here. I like the big old vest going on. You got scissors all over the place on it. You got the upside down scissors. It's all about scissors. It's all about getting a haircut at the end of the day. And it does say everyone loves the Acclaimed on the back of there. And, of course, the vest is removable, as we do know how that works. He's got the trunks on. Once again, scissors all over the place. Does say Bowens on the back, and that's great. If they're doing their laundry together, they know whose is whose because it has his name in it there. So I'm sure that's an added feature. Got the Acclaimed knee pads looking very nice. And then the boots looking very good as well. The pink, white, and black on the back attack looking very, very good here. Now, of course, articulation can be the same for all 3 of these guys. Walk through it real quick right here. Arms all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. Gotta say, feeling pretty firm right here. Every once in a while we get some loose elbows, especially back when the line was just starting. Seems to be a little bit better as we go on over the last couple of years. Black wrist tape, scissor hands, up and down articulation. Hands removable as we know. Head removable. Up and down, back, forth, side, side. A lot more down and up than I was imagining. And you are limited by the vest a little bit right there. You do get the hula hoop at the top. Traditional waist. Big ol' splits if you do need them. You got the leg that goes up. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Boot cut. Ankles, back, forth, side, side, and up and down. So you get all of the usual hits in the articulation department. Now, does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? Uh-oh, it's going south. Are these... Well, he's not going to fit on these stands because they're not Jazzware stands. What am I doing here? Am I a professional or not? As a good friend of the channel, Jeff George, would always tell me, he says, Kyle, you just let me know when you want to be an action figure collector. That's what he always tells me all the time. That's where I'm at right now. Not at the ready with the Jazzware stands, but better grab some more of these while I'm here. There we go. Gotta get the right stands. A lot of people make those mistakes, and I guess I do too as well, but he fits perfectly right there on the stand if you're keeping track at home. But now we're going to turn our attention over to Max Caster. And who is the star of the Acclaimed in your eyes? To me, Max Caster kind of seems like the leader. Billy Gunn's kind of the leader in a lot of ways, but one of these days they're going to turn on him. We know what's going to happen. But Max Caster always felt kind of like the leader to me. Your mileage may vary on that one. You guys chime in down below. But he got a lot more accessories than I was imagining. Definitely more than Bowens had. Would have liked to seen a boombox with these guys too. That would have been a great accessory for them to have along the way. Not in the cards for whatever reason. But we do get a hat here. It does say the Acclaimed. It's kind of a purplish pink on this one, but it is Acclaimed hat. Of course, Max Caster wears a hat fairly regularly. Hand department here, we got 2 gripping hands out of the package, and then we get 1 scissoring hand, and we got 1 gripping hand, of course, once again for the microphone, so you can grip either hand with the microphone if you really want to. So we do got those. And then we do get some headphones here. Of course, always wearing his headphones as he's laying down them sick beats and those sick rhymes. I guess you got to have your headphones. And I'm sure he's got the beat in his ear a little bit as he's going. That's the way that goes. But we're going to dive into the figure right here now. We're going to go fully Acclaimed. And we got a little rubber band action around the top. I see that, knocking things over. Got a little rubber band to hold the shirt down, hold the chain down, looking good. Of course, we do get the microphone once again. We already talked about that. Don't need to revisit the old microphone. But it does look like Max Caster, but it looks just a hair off. And once again, I got the side eye going on. So maybe that is a thing here. This second head's a little bit more straight on. But the first head, very stoic, very plain Jane. Not sure. I think the hair really helps me know that it's Max Caster, but it looks just like a little bit off. However, this second head with the tongue out, once again, looks a little bit more Max Caster to me. So your mileage may vary on that one there, but I do think this looks like Max Caster. Enough to be dangerous, we'll call it with that. But looking good in the head sculpt department. Now we do get that silver chain over the top as well. Looking good. I think the first time we've seen this silver chain. I could be mistaken, but I think that's the first time we've seen that. And of course, I mentioned it earlier, all 3 of these are going to be re-released or released, however you want to classify it, on single card series in the unmatched waves coming up here very soon. So if you will get a different variant of the figures with that, and of course Billy Gunn being the chase. So if you really like the Acclaimed, it's a good time to be a fan because you got a couple of different options coming your way, and I would assume a lot of this stuff might see reuse into some of that. Articulation, not going to walk through it on him. We already did it with Bowens. We don't need to do it with Max Caster. I do love the Acclaimed jersey. You got the Platinum 78 on the back, Acclaimed 78 on the front, white wrist tape, looking very good. Of course, removable with nice Velcro. Really works easy. Very, very good. And I love the silver and pink. Best Wrestler Alive knee pad, man. That's being showy right there. Got platinum on the back of the tights. You got scissors all over the place. You got the yos throwing up out there. Looking good like a young PN News. And then the silver and black laces on the boots looking very, very nice as well. So far, I do like this figure just a hair more than the Bowens. And I do got a little bit of staining on mine on the biceps, 2 different spots, and it's very strange. Not exactly sure where that would come from. But just a little staining action. So once again, your mileage may vary on that as well. But what do you know? Fits on a Jazzware stand fairly perfectly right there. So the Acclaimed is there. The tag team greatness that is the Acclaimed. We got them together back here out of the package. But now we turn our attention to the Hall of Famer Billy Gunn, a guy that's been around the block a time or two. And we got a couple accessories with old Billy Gunn. We got the Acclaimed hat here, black and pink. And I do like that it is a different hat than we got earlier. So that is very cool. So we got a hat with him. And then we got 2 scissoring hands here for old Billy Gunn, 2 gripping hands out of the package. And Billy never met a scissor he didn't like. And I told you, he also liked my wife a whole lot. Maybe I should get her on the channel. We could talk about that funny day of going to an indie show and Billy Gunn trying to take her home. It just didn't work out. It didn't go in Billy's direction that night. But Billy looking very interesting in the head sculpt department. 100% looks like Lex Luger. We talked about this when this was first shown off. Man, that looks a lot like Lex Luger, and it still looks like Lex Luger. Absolutely wild. It looks like later days WCW Lex Luger in the head sculpt. That's all I can see when I see this. However, when I put the hat on him for a second, it's weird that with the hat, he looks more Billy Gunn. Without the hat, he looks more Lex Luger. Very, very strange, but that's the way that cookie crumbles right there. He does got a little tattoo on the neck, and he's got some crazy hair, just kind of stringy in the back. It's all shaved all over the place. Stringy blonde hair in the back, but he looks fairly good. I don't got any issues with this head sculpt here. And then, of course, just like Max Caster and Bowens, guess what? He's a human being. He's got a mouth, a nose, 2 eyes, 2 ears, looking good. And, of course, articulation can be identical to the other one, so we don't need to walk through the articulation. He does got an Acclaimed Every Wednesday shirt, which is an interesting shirt. Every Wednesday, well, now it's Saturdays, Fridays, pay-per-views. You never know when they might be on. But we do got that shirt going here. And I'm going to remove this shirt because I see things I don't like under here. We do got this shirt off, so we remove that. But then he's ready to inseminate a cow if he needs to. We've seen this before with these Jazzwares figures too. We got the little plastic pieces covering over the arms, and we know exactly the reasoning for that because we're true professional action figure collectors. I don't care what Jeff George says. I'm a professional over here. This is all about protecting the skin tone from dying. And why can't I get this off? Maybe I'm not a professional. There we go. There it is. but this does protect the plastic from staining from the black from the fabric, which not a fan of that. You guys know me, I absolutely hate staining on figures. Even worse is when they have all that protection going on and it still stains, and that's what we got going on with Billy Gunn right here. He's stained already on the shoulder, stained on the bicep. I do not understand why Jazzwares puts these on when they already stained through. It stains through that. I just don't understand what's going on there. So it just, yeah, it ruins my day, really, at the end of the day. Ruins my day. We all pay our hard-earned money for these things. We don't want staining, but it's light staining right now, and that's because, you know, this is one of the first copies. This is the first wave of these shipping out. What happens come Christmas, when they have the big Christmas sale at Ringside, they still have these. How stained will these be in the future? I don't know, but if you're an uncard collector, if you're an in-box collector, which a lot of people are, of course, you don't have any problems. You don't got to worry about this stuff. But if you're a loose collector, man, it's just not a good day at the office, that is for sure. You're going to have some stained figures, there's no doubt about it. So, not a big fan of that. That's the big bummer of this pack at the end of the day. And Mattel's not unguilty of this, too. They're guilty of, from time to time, for some staining. We've seen that a lot over the years from them as well. It's just one of the dire problems of action figure collectors out there. One of the great first world problems we're dealing with here in 2024, I guess. But I do have staining. I can see the outlines of it already. So, and that's very little time in the package here. And like I said, down the road, people are going to open this up after a year or something. It's going to be fully stained through here. So, just take note of that. Now, Billy Gunn does have his tattoos. He got his forearm tattoos going on. He got his belly button tattoo. Wonder if he regrets that. Do you think he does? I don't know. Who knows? I ask him one of these days. Then he got tattoos on the back as well, looking very interesting. Talked about his hands here. He does got his hand tattoo on his finger. That looks interesting as well. But he is a big dude. We don't get a lot of big guys in the Jazzwares line, so it's cool when we get some of these bigger figures. And Billy Gunn, very deceivingly big. Like I said, I've met him on a couple occasions. Always shocked how big he is in person. He doesn't feel like he should be as big as he is, but he's basically the same size Hulk Hogan was back in the day, which is absolutely wild to think about. So he is a big, big dude. He's also got his sweatpants on. He's got scissors on there against the black. Pink tennis shoes looking really nice. Got the white socks. A good looking figure. Not 100% sold on the head sculpt on this one. A little bit too Lex Luger-y, but if you put the hat on, I do think it feels a little bit more Billy Gunn. So that is a good thing. But it's very cool to get the Acclaimed. It's very cool to get this set. I love a trio. I love a 3-pack. I love a wrestling box set. And it really feels like it's the weeks of box sets here on the channels. We got unboxed the new Mattel Retro set. Of course, this one. We got the Mankind Dude Love Cactus Jack box set we just recently unboxed. We unboxed the Hulkamania 3-pack on the set. It's just all coming up box sets here in 2024. And the Acclaimed, the latest and greatest here on the channel. And a very interesting one, no doubt about it. Some stuff I love, some stuff I don't like. Don't like the staining, absolutely love the color, absolutely love the different feel, absolutely love getting new characters in the line. Always a fun day at the office there. Looking forward to the next set of these, and the cool thing is with these extra heads, you can make them feel truly, totally different with these extra heads. So really bring on more Acclaimed figures. I'm ready for the next round of them here. But a very, very fun set. Going to be a great set to get signed if you're into autographs, and a great set on your shelf as well. So you can't do too much better. Get the staining fixed, and this would be almost a perfect set if you ask me. But what say you guys and gals out there? What's your thoughts on this set? All in, all out? Gonna get the single versions? Gonna be okay with just this one? I think a lot of people will buy this one and not the single ones because of the chase aspect on Billy Gunn. I can see people passing because of that. But let me know in the comments down below your thought on this one. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, on Patreon, including early access to both YouTube channel videos, monthly Q&As, pizza reviews, dog stuff, and surprises. Everybody loves a surprise. Head over to the Patreon, your best way to support this very YouTube channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Acclaimed, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.